Hello students, good morning. Now we will study maths. In that we are going to start our chapter 20, that is frequency distribution and the bar graph. Today we are going to discuss about the bar graph, that is also known as the column graph. Now first we have to understand what do you understand by the bar graph, right? So bar graph is a pictorial representation of numerical data in the form of rectangles or bars of equal width and varying height. So here is that we have to represent the bars in the form of rectangle, and it has a equal width and the height will be varying, right? These rectangles are drawn either vertically or horizontally. Keep equal size space between them. So we are keeping the equal space between the two bar graph, means two rectangles, right? The height of the rectangle depend on the numerical value that is represents, right? So which value it represents, according to that we have to represent its heights. Here in this bar graph you can see that the width of the rectangle, that is bar, is same, but height will be different according to that numerical value that is given in the data. Now first question is that exercise 20.3. First question is that study the following bar graph and answer the question that follow. First is given what is the information given in the double bar graph. So here you can see that marks obtained by the student is given, and here different subjects are given. Here is given the year 2006, 2007 and 2007 to 2008. It is a double bar graph. Okay. So we can write that this bar graph gives the information about the marks that is obtained by a particular student in a two consecutive years, namely 2006, 2007 and 2007, 2008 in the various subjects. Now B number is given. In which subject has the performance improved the most? So here you can see the improvement in the second. Compare, you have to both the graph, both the rectangles, right? So here in case of the subject max, the improvement is most, right? Is the highest, like these three. So our answer will be max. Now third question is that in which subject has the performance deteriorated, means it is less. So in here we can see that it should be a downside. So in case of the English subject, the performance is going to a decreasing, right? So answer will be English. In which subject as the performance at per, means if the both the bar graph are equal, then it is performance is a common, right? Equal. So we can say that in case of Hindi, the performance is at a par. So now next is given what is the difference in the average scores for the year 2006, 2007 and 2007 to 2008. For students from the bar graph, we have to take the particular marks in the subjects in the year 2006 and 2007. So we can say that in the maths he has got the 45 marks, right? In case of the essays it is 55. In case of science it is, in case of essays is 45, science 55, English 60 and Hindi is given as a 65. So if we are going to add, you will get a 270. Now we have to find out the average marks. So it becomes 270 divided by 5. Why we have divided 5? Average means the sum of the all the observation divided by total number of observation. So here 5 observations are given. That's why we have to divide it by 5. So 270 divided by 5 is equal to 54. Similarly, we have to do for the year 2007-2008. In case of the maths, student got the 70 marks. In essays, he got 50, science 60, English 50 and Hindi students got the 65 marks. Now we have to go for the total of these marks. So you will get 295 marks. Now we have to find out the average. So average is equal to total sum of the observation divided by total number of observation. So 295 divided by 5 is equal to 59. So what is the difference in the average? The difference is 59 minus 54 is equal to 5, right? So we can write that the difference in the average scores for the year 2006, 2007 and 2007 to 2008 is 5. Okay. Now students, question 2. The following table gives the number of students in a class 8 in a school during the academic year 1999, 2000 to 2003 to 2004, right? Represent the data by a bar graph. So here we have to draw the academic year on the x-axis and the number of students on the y-axis, and you have to represent this data on a bar graph. So now in drawing the bar graph, you have to draw the x-axis, that is horizontal, and y-axis vertical, that will intersect at the origin, that is called as the O. Now in the x-axis you have to write the academic year, and on the y-axis you are going to represent the number of the students, right? So here academic year start from the 1999, right? So here we have to put the zigzag line. Why? Because we are not starting from the 100, right? So we are putting a zigzag line and starting from the 1999, then 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 up to 8, right? Now what we are representing on the y-axis, number of the student, that is given in the 50, 75, 125, 150 and 200. So we are taking the distance at 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175 and 200, right? Now first we have to represent for the 1999 and the 2000. It is given as a 50. So draw a bar graph, write a rectangle in a shape. Now is given 2000 to 2001, right? And it is given as a 75. So draw a line like this way. Now 2001 to 2002, that is given 125. So you have to draw this rectangle till 125. Then 2002 to 2003, that is given as a 150. And then after 2003 to 2004, that bar graph given as a 200. Like this way you have to represent this bar graph, okay, in your bar paper, or that is a textbook also, it comes of a bar graph, okay. You have to represent this bar graph in that graph paper, okay.